Hello.
What's up?
I want to thank everyone.
She's laughing at my shirt anyway. She's thinking, I hope they can see bacon. Smoking doesn't cure anything. But smoking cures bacon. I got this at Bacon Fest. We have Bacon Fest in Iowa where it's a celebration of everything bacon. I went quite a few different years. So
yeah, we'd never celebrate smoking. Both sets of our parents, well, just my dad, but we had enough smoking growing up.
We never had a lit cigarette in my mouth. No way.
So tonight I wanted to talk about Craig's school experience. Craig went to public school. We started out at an early childhood education preschool that was for special needs, which was wonderful. And I've shared about that before, how much of a miracle that was for us. And after preschool, Craig just went into public schools, and until middle school, he was mainstreamed with all of the other kids. He probably had some pullouts like for reading and math, but we had wonderful teachers. I can't think of one teacher that we had that I had any problems with. In fact, most of them went above and beyond. Like one teacher I remember in particular, whenever a child had a birthday, they sang happy birthday. And for some reason, the happy birthday song made Craig very sad and he would cry. Oh, yeah. Craig actually cried back then. I forgot about that. But I don't know if it sounds melancholy, but there were a few songs, but that one in particular, for years, we could not sing happy birthday around Craig unless we did a different version. So his teacher had taught the class to sing happy birthday in Spanish, which Craig absolutely loved. And that was one of the things I remember, that the teachers, I felt like every teacher just went above and beyond to make Craig fit into the class and to include him in everything. And Craig always had a one-on-one associate through all school, including high school. There was a time in high school where they tried to group him with some other children, but I didn't think that that was a good idea. Yeah,
that was really the beginning of the end of Craig's, what they were calling his upper or his high school education. That's when we knew that he had reached the pinnacle of what was going to happen as far as education in mainstream.
Right, because I really felt like they were just trying to cut costs back then by lumping kids together with one associate instead of each one having their own.
Yeah, that came off a little shady. That they still wanted Craig to continue on with his education there, because everyone knows that he was another student in the school, so their state and federal funding would be cut if they didn't have him, and it made it harder for them to use one-on-ones with and group them together with other kids if one of them leaves.
However, his associate and teacher alerted us to that, and we met with the principal and they changed it for us. So that was great.
Yeah, the story changed drastically once the cat was out of the bag. But still, after that, he wasn't
we started to feel like it just wasn't really the place for Craig anymore. Yeah. And it was time for him to move on. But I was always really touched by the kids in his class, particularly the girls in grade school especially. They mothered Craig and took him under their wings. And like at the track meets, they would run with Craig, and I would meet mothers at the grocery store and they would tell me how much their kids loved having Craig in their class. And I think a lot of that was the one-on-one associate, because it helped the kids to understand Craig better and to build relationships with him. I don't ever remember any problems in school as far as Craig having trouble with another student.
No.
One problem Craig did have was riding the bus, because number one, as he got older, if the bus was late, it made him furious. And number two, sometimes kids would, it was more in Dayhab. They'd find out that Craig didn't like spaghetti and spiders, so they'd tease him about that, and he'd get really mad about that. And there was another individual with autism that rode the bus that liked to sing all the time, and Craig just couldn't tolerate that. And he also liked to recite, as Craig calls it, and Craig also recites, but for some reason, to hear someone else do that bothers Craig. And so he had a little bit of trouble with that, saying some mean things to that young man. And we had Craig apologize, and really we didn't have any trouble after that, after talking to him about it. I think we actually, did we start having him wear headphones at that time?
On the bus?
I think we did. Yeah. Or he played music on his phone or something, or cartoons. So the cell phone really helped us out in that respect too.
And we had noise canceling headphones for him too. So it dropped the volume, everything that was going on. So,
right.
And a lot of times, even in mainstream public, if you see somebody sitting next to you at a coffee shop or something and they have headphones on, it's not like you're just gonna look over at them and go, hey, I got to talk to you. You tend to, they want to be on their own, you know. So I think that eliminated a lot of it too.
As Craig got into middle school, he was mainly in the special education room, and he was happy there. They did have pullouts for shop, was one of them, and like art, and I have no idea why that Craig had to take shop, because there's no way he should ever have a power tool or any tool really, and he hated it. And I remember his teacher, his one-on-one, telling me that Craig would usually pace at the back of the room. I don't know if that would be allowed anymore, but they did allow him just to pace in the back, because I mean, he really wasn't getting anything out of it, so it had no interest to him. He also had the same trouble when they made him go to a regular class for something else, and I don't remember what it was, maybe history or something, and Craig had a lot of trouble. They didn't make him sit in that classroom. They let him pace in the back. So I'm not sure what that really accomplished. But I know there's a lot of push to make the special education students mainstream for high school too. In fact, that's also one of the reasons we decided we were ready for Craig to be out of public school, was because a new principal came in, and it was probably just what she was learning in college, but she decided that, or maybe it was the superintendent, but she decided that the special education students should be going to all of the regular classes. And I didn't feel like Craig was going to enjoy school anymore if they made him do that. Fortunately, in high school, part of Craig's day, he was able to spend at Christian Opportunity Center working in the supervised workshop, and he really liked that. So I think that was during maybe his senior year, and then also his extended program years. But as far as public school, we really didn't ever have any problem with that. It really helped that Stephanie went to the same school as Craig, and Bennett part of the time. And so I know Stephanie particularly, because she was closer in age, really looked out for Craig a lot. And even some of her friends would look out for Craig and help him out. One time, Stephanie ran her car into a snowbank on the way to school. She had no idea. She said it was because Craig yelled, "Look out," or something. Yeah. And she ran, but whatever the cause, we'll never really know. But while we were waiting for someone to pull us out, one of her friends actually stopped, and he took Craig to school for her. And I just thought that was really incredible, because Craig's pretty unpredictable, but they knew that Craig would be unhappy waiting, so they stopped and took him to school for us.
Yeah, that really helped us. That Stephanie had a lot of friends, you know, and was very well liked in school, as she is still today. And all of those kids, if they would come over, as you know, in big groups or something like that, Craig was always there.
Right,
so he got to know it. I'm not saying they were Craig's friends, but they were acquaintances that he put up with.
Yeah.
And for Craig, that's pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so yeah, for something like that to happen, Craig would definitely have put up with it more. It wasn't just a kid that, you know, that he didn't know that stopped. It was somebody that, you know, was a familiar face.
Right. all of Stephanie's friends were wonderful with Craig. I remember when she was younger, the girls always liked to play with, well, they would make Craig do the things that they did, like put on plays.
Dress up and,
yep.
Oh my gosh.
We have a lot of pictures of Craig being drug into and video of Craig being drug into their plays.
But they would, I mean, they were teaching him.
Right.
They would, as kids would do with each other, they would demand he was going to do his part. And they would rehearse it before then they were going to do it for us. And
right.
Craig would do his parts.
Yeah, he really did. Stephanie just wouldn't let him not interact.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a lot else to say on school, but definitely I'll probably think of something later. And if you have a specific question, please ask. I feel like school was made pretty easy for us. We had a good school system and a good area education agency, right, the AEA, that helped us out a lot.
Yeah, we heard a lot of horror stories across the United States when Craig was younger and everything, and we were like, man, the troubles people were having with their school districts and everything.
Yeah, we did.
And they, especially, I mean, up into middle school, they just like wanted to take the reins and run with it. You know, it didn't seem like there was any finance issues or anything like that in Iowa, and we
didn't request a lot of extra.
They just,
some people did.
Something would come up, and they'd say, "Is this something you're interested in?"
Right.
And they'd go with it.
So all in all, that part went really well for us. And Craig never complained about going to school. He was always happy for a day when he got to stay home, but he wasn't like my other two that would say they had a headache in the morning, so they didn't have to go to school a lot of days. Another thing I wanted to discuss is one of our viewers was asking me about, he said that his son had become deathly afraid of flying insects and bugs, and it was a real issue. Like, he was really afraid and having a hard time, and he wanted to know if anyone had any suggestions. So if you've dealt with that problem or you have any suggestions, please leave us a comment or send us an email so that we can help this family if we can. And I had another question. Someone asked me if Craig ever told me about his day at school or what he had done in his day. And she told me that her son wouldn't tell her directly, but she would hear him talking to himself, telling himself about his day. And Craig, he did something very similar. Craig would go into his room at night and do the Craig A. Vanderveer show, which he pretended like he had a TV show, or maybe it was a YouTube channel, I'm not sure. But he would talk about the things that happened in his day, and he would give shout outs to whoever, like if someone had come to our house, he would give a special shout out to them in his Craig A. Vanderveer show. And he even had sponsors like Raid and like the old commercials, or if we'd been to Hy-Vee, his sponsor would be Hy-Vee. So through those, we did get to hear things about Craig's day we probably wouldn't have heard, but we had to listen through the door because Craig didn't like us to.
Yeah, you're not allowed to interrupt his filming.
No, he said that was for his imagination.
Yeah.
So at that time, Craig only wanted to be a YouTube star in his bedroom for himself. But I thought that was interesting because someone else told me that their son also did something very similar. So I was wondering, do any of your children do anything similar to that? So that you can kind of get a peek into what their day was like. If I were to ask Craig after school, what did you do today? Early on, I would have got probably no response. But one wonderful thing was that his associates, I don't remember if all of them did it, but I know that a lot of it, he had a little notebook. Every day it went back and forth.
Yes,
and
journal.
yeah, and they would write about what happened during the day, if they did something special, or if Craig had a problem, or if Craig really liked something. And that was very valuable communication. I really appreciated that and really liked that.
If something had went wrong on the day, the few times it did, Craig did not want you to get that book out of his backpack.
No, at school they'd always say, do you want me to call Joe? Remember the day that he was really mad at school because you ate his pizza? We made homemade pizza, the Canadian bacon and bacon one, and you took it to work.
The little mini ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was so
I thought
mad.
That was my lunch for the next day.
He was having a fit at school about it.
And he wasn't even going to eat it till after school.
He knew it was gone.
So it ruined his whole day.
I remember her writing in the book about that.
Yeah, tell Joe, don't eat Craig's pizza.
So that really was great communication. But if anyone has any questions like that, if you need help with an issue and you would like us to ask the viewers to post in the comments, please feel free to email us. And our email is ourdailyview1992@gmail.com, and I will try really hard to remember to put that in the video this time. I forgot the last time.
It'll be here, or here, or here, or here.
Or probably here.
I've seen other YouTubers do that.
Yep. But we love hearing your questions and your experiences. And we also want to say thank you. Today we reached 60,000 subscribers, and we thank every one of you for your support and your kind words, and we're just really enjoying doing this. I am just so happy that we can help other people and that this is helping Craig to grow. I've seen some amazing things in Craig. I still do. Today we went out for lunch and Craig decided to try my salad.
Yeah, that was big.
It was like a miracle. He just suddenly decided to try the lettuce, and that's in the video later on. And I think that's all that we have right now, unless you have anything to add.
One thing I got to say is, go bacon.
And we wish everyone a happy Father's Day tomorrow. So we'll move on to the next part of our video, where Craig and I celebrate 60,000 subscribers by going to his favorite restaurant, Outback Steakhouse.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, also, a viewer suggested a book to me, and now I can't remember. It's a color. It's about emotion, learning about your emotions. The Color Monster.
Yeah.
And so I went right to Amazon and ordered that book. And tonight Craig reads that book, and it's a pretty cool book about emotions. So it's one maybe that could help you with your child if they're struggling with figuring out their emotions.
How old is that book? Do you know?
I don't know. When I'm looking for that book, there's several other.
I just wonder if Disney stole that idea.
It's not Disney.
And I know. But
Oh,
it's like,
from, I know what you're talking about, the movie.
Yeah, I can't think of the name
Inside
of it.
Out.
Inside Out. Yeah.
Craig loves that movie.
Disney's known to do that, folks.
Don't diss Disney. Craig doesn't like that.
It's the dark side of Disney.
But anyway, Craig does read that book tonight, and there are other books in that series too, but we just got that first one and Craig really liked it. So on to the next portion.
Hey. Hi, guy. Did you go and smile for me, huh?
And now for some cute video of Stephanie and Craig when they were little.
What are you doing?
There.
What are you doing? Are you playing in my stuff?
No.
Yes, you are.
No. Don't. Don't.
What are you going to do?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone?
Watch TV with me.
I don't want to go watch TV.
Don't.
Say Dada.
That's my picture.
You want to get your picture taken with Craig? You can go
Say,
sit by him?
what are you saying? Say Dada. Look at that big old boy. It says Dada.
I'm sitting here and noticing the trees, the leaves moving, and I remember when Craig was little, he used to love and watch the leaves, in the trees. I wonder if it was because it was calming or stimulating. He did stim when he watched them, I remember that.
He'd go outside and he'd talk. He'd jabber. We thought he was talking to the trees.
That's right, I remember
We
that.
thought he was talking to the trees.
He really loved weeping willows. How are things going today, Craig?
Everything's going as planned.
What are we going to do today?
We're going to celebrate the Outback Steakhouse for 60,000 subscribers.
Yay! Are you ready to go?
Yep.
Here you go.
Ah, look, Mom.
Okay, I'll hold the package.
21.
Okay.
Then we got 3 packages.
Yeah. You ready? We're doing good. What do you think you're going to have today, Craig? Haven't looked at the menu yet, huh?
A bloomin' burger.
Ooh, check that out. The best parts.
Mmm.
The bread, right, Craig?
Bar side up, bar side down.
That's right. I chose the blue cheese and pecan chopped salad for one of my
Pecans?
sides. Yeah, it has pecans in it. Craig's probably bummed out because there's no croutons, right?
What? No fruit sauce?
No, this one doesn't have croutons. What do you think, Craig?
Tastes lettucey.
Craig just decided to try my salad. And he likes it. Wait, maybe not. He liked the first bite, but not the second.
Try the pecan instead.
Yeah, you can see if you can find a pecan. Is that better? It's definitely some sort of a miracle. Craig's been eating some of my salad. How do you feel about the lettuce now, Craig?
Tastes healthy, Mama.
It's pretty cool. Maybe a breakthrough. I don't even know how this is happening. Right.
Okay, here it comes, folks.
Is that the bloomin' onion burger, Craig? It looks and smells delicious. How's it taste?
Delicious.
And I chose the bloomin' onion chicken, which I've had before and is absolutely my favorite thing to get here, other than the French onion soup. This is the most amazing chicken. And I got a fake sweet potato to go with it. Is your lettuce joke?
Let us give us a chance. Get it? Let us give us a chance.
I get it. Dessert.
Cheesecake with strawberry sauce.
Yeah. but you have to share it with me. Craig, can you give me a review of Outback Steakhouse?
Oh, Outback Steakhouse is the best restaurant from Australia. The bloomin' burger tastes good with onion petals. The waiter seems nice. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, and a cranky fanfare silver approval.
What about the lettuce?
Yeah, they taste crunchy, Mama.
A few garage sales, so we're going to check that out before we go home. But I don't have much money, so I won't buy much. A lot of baseball cards. Some Christmas stuff. Fine, Craig.
The statue from Fantasia.
Turn it around so we can see it.
Loves little helpers.
Do you like that?
Not bad.
Do you want that?
Nah.
Nah, you just like there we were interested in. I like this. That's a great idea. Looks like there's another one here we'll check out right quick. It was another zonk. Eileen's cookies for tomorrow. I don't know if Eileen's cookies are everywhere, but they have the most amazing sugar cookies.
Hey, I never seen these before. Cherry Kool-Aid. Okay.
What kind of cookie is that, Craig?
Cherry Kool-Aid.
Craig could not wait to try this cookie. He kept talking about it in there. So let's see what it does. It taste like cherry Kool-Aid.
If it doesn't,
You'll probably eat it anyway.
hey, here goes.
Here, put your hand down so we can see your face. Well,
Tastes like cherry Kool-Aid to me.
I'm guessing you like it. Can I try a bite? It definitely tastes like cherry Kool-Aid. Very interesting with the chocolate chips.
Time, Movavi mail time. Sunflower seeds.
Ooh, I bet you'll like those. I don't think you've had them before.
A gift for you. Hi, Craig and family. I found some interesting snacks I thought you might like to try. Keep on having a great day. Your friend Connor from Connor.
That's a great snack, Craig. I'll have to show you how to eat those. They're really good. Want me to help?
Thank you, Connor, for the sunflower seeds.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
Take a little practice for Craig to learn to eat them, but he likes them. He liked them when we tried them. There was a no note in there. So I think I have a note in my email I'll have you read.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am Dark Queen Dark.
Let me see. Yeah. That's really cool. You definitely don't have any Darkwing Duck statues or anything, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go in the collection, isn't it?
It's still broken.
It's all right. Craig's having a hard time because he dropped his Land Before Time DVD case that
Managed to have a phone call on Dad.
Well, Dad will be home pretty soon, and the case broke. It's fixable, but we just have to wait for Dad to get home. So if he acts a little melancholy, that's why.
That's why I'm acting melancholy.
Yeah, but you're going to be all right.
Thank you, Chris,
Dad?
for the Dark Queen Duck statue.
Okay. Oh, this is
A
nice.
gift for you. Hi, Craig. My daughter and I love hockey. So we are sending a gift for our favorite team. Enjoy. From Tony from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Pittsburgh.
What do you say?
Thank you, Tony, for this.
You know what that is?
It's a wireless charger.
Yeah, it's a charger for your phone. That's great. Then you don't actually have to plug into it. We'll just be able to set your phone on it. We'll have
Right.
Dad help you set that up when he gets home, okay?
Right.
Yeah. Here, just, here. We'll put it up on your dresser.
Thank you, everyone, for the nice gifts.
And Craig's going to feel better after Dad fixes his DVD case.
Right.
Right. So earlier when we were doing our mail vlog, Craig was upset because he thought his video case was broken for his Land Before Time videos. But Dad fixed it and we're all better now. So we'll ask this question again. If you were to make a cartoon, what would it be?
A Disney-styled one featuring Mickey and the gang.
Would you be in the cartoon?
Yes, with Mickey Mouse.
Would you do the voice of Mickey Mouse?
Ah, I'm Mickey Mouse.
What kind of adventures would they have?
In Fantasyland.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool. I think Darkwing Duck was pretty cool.
Yep.
He gets to sit up on your bed for now till we get shelves.
Yep.
Tell Dad to come here so he can...
Hey, Dad, come here. I got something to see. Take a look at this, Daddy.
Oh, where'd
It's
that
a
come
wire.
from?
It's from the post office.
Oh. What is it?
It's a wireless charger.
It was a gift from one of our viewers.
It's a gift from our viewers.
Craig's going to need your help setting it up.
Oh, that's easy.
I forgot to film much in Eileen's because Craig saw the cherry Kool-Aid cookies and got very excited. But these are the cookies that I bought for Father's Day tomorrow. I'm pretty sure Livy's going to love these. Craig, one of our viewers, would like to know, are you a fan of the Get Along Gang?
Well, I never heard about this show before.
You haven't?
No.
Oh, you'll have to look it up.
Well,
You want to look it up and see what it is?
here it is. The Get Along Gang, a group of characters created in 1983. It's loosely inspired by the Art Gang series of short films by Hal Roach. There was Montgomery Moose, Dottie Dog, Wilma Lamb, Zipper Cat, Portia Porcupine, and Bingo Beaver. Alongside with Butt Breaker Turtle, Rocco Rabbit, Rudyard Lion, Flora Fox, Bernie's Bear, and Lois Squirrel.
We'll have to see if you can find some videos of the Get Along Gang.
Yeah.
I think there are books. I remember it. I don't know if I ever saw the cartoon, but I think Hallmark had the characters. So I remember seeing the toys.
Oh.
So we'll have to look up Get Along Gang and watch it and see what you think.
Maybe the intro?
Do you remember what you were saying about Grandpa Vanderveer today?
Yeah.
What did you tell me?
He passed away in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
It's been 3 years, right?
Right.
We sure am gonna miss Grandpa Vanderveer. The world is sad without Grandpa Vanderveer, but his magic will live on forever. And so is his garden.
That's right.
We have our own garden, right?
Yeah.
Grandpa Vanderveer's garden.
All right, Craig. I know you've answered this question before, but what is your favorite color?
Why green? Green is like the trees and the grass. And plants, too.
Yeah, I like green, too. Green's a happy color.
Yup.
One of our viewers wants to know, when did you start watching Eureka's Castle?
Back when I was a kid in the 1990s.
Do you have a favorite episode?
Well, it came from beneath the bed, the Halloween special.
Who's your favorite character on there?
Magellan the Dragon. He has a clumsy tail.
And what does he say?
Noel
Who did his voice?
McNeil. The performance of Bear from Bear in the Big Blue House.
Oh, will you hold up the book so they can see the front of it first? All right. What are you reading tonight, Craig?
The Cower Monsters.
This story was suggested to me by one of our viewers.
This is the Cower Monster. Today he woke up feeling confused, and he doesn't know why. Are you mixed up again, Cower Monster? Your emotions don't work well when they're all jumbled up. You should try to separate them and put each one in its own jar. If you like, I can help you. Let's try to make sense of how you feel. This is happiness. It shines yellow like the sun and twinkles like the stars. When you're happy, you'll laugh and jump and dance and play. You want to share your happiness with everyone. This is sadness. It is lonely and blue like a rainy day. It washes over you like the sea. When you're sad, you hide and want to be alone. You don't want to do anything except maybe cry. It's okay to cry, color monster. This is anger. It burns red like a fire and it's hard to step out. When you're angry, life can feel unfair. Sometimes you want to take out your anger on others, but I'll be nice to you, color monster, and your anger will disappear. This is fear. It hides and runs away like a mouse in the night. When you're afraid, you feel tiny. You think you don't have to have the courage to face the gray shadows, but I can help you find your way. This is calm. It is quiet like the trees and light as green leaves swaying in the wind. When you're calm, you breathe slowly and deeply. You feel at peace. Now you can rest, color monster. All your feelings are in the right place. See? Don't you feel much better? Uh-oh. I see you're feeling something new. You look different, color monster. Tell me, how do you feel now? And this is Craig A. Vaver saying, keep on having a great day and we'll see you tomorrow.